Good news is that I remembered to save this time. So this time we won't be having to go back and redo a whole bunch of stuff like we are doing right now. Yesterday I was talking about The Walking Dead, and I just now remembered there's like a third Walking Dead game, Walking Dead Survival Instinct, I think it's called, where you play as Daryl Dixon. I think it was an action game, an FPS, I think, and I know it mostly got negative reviews too. It was like, the question would be, why would you make a Walking Dead game as an action game after you release the Telltale adventure games? I mean, a sort of a Resident Evil style game I can see. Even a sort of a Zelda-y game kind of makes sense. I'll be honest though, I didn't think that a point-and-click adventure game would be what you'd want for a game like that, but it apparently worked out pretty well for them. I played a little bit of it. I played like the demo that they had on Xbox Live, and that was pretty good. I've actually considered a full playthrough of it if I can ever manage to get my Xbox 360 to download it at a reasonable speed, but the thing is that apparently Xbox Live doesn't like downloading stuff. Oh goody. Whenever I try, it always takes forever. 'Cause I've got plenty of games with gold. 'Cause that's pretty much the only reason why I would have an Xbox Live Gold subscription, is for the games with gold. Speaking of which, they got... A while ago they released, they had Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag as an Xbox 360 games with gold game, and I think it's next month they're gonna be having the Xbox One version of Assassin's Creed Black Flag up for games with gold. Honestly, though, that is probably the only way I'd ever get a collection, so to speak, of Xbox One games. Is, through the games with gold stuff. Because the games with the gold program is actually pretty nice. At least I like it. You know, you get to keep your Xbox 360 games that you get through that. I got Tomb Raider and BioShock Infinite, Mafia 2, and things like that. A lot of games that I wanted, not a whole lot that I didn't. I don't usually... It's like, I don't get a subscription for that month if the game doesn't, if the games that are being offered don't look good. It's like occasionally if I forget and get the subscription late. I'll usually wind up, you know, getting like one of the first games for the next month's games with gold. And I will pass up a free game, I'll add that to my account, you know. But I don't always get everything that, you know, it's just like, you know, the games that I wouldn't get if they weren't free. I'll try them out, you know, but I wouldn't pay for them, and they're like at the bottom of my download queue. So I remember I bought Grand Theft Auto San Andreas back in, oh, what was it now? I think it was October. I think it was like the end of October when I got it, because that was when it was released. And they had a sale on it. And, you won. Now I lost my train of thought. Wonderful. Yeah, I've got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which I got at the end of October, that I still haven't downloaded. I think it's like the only game that I've actually got downloaded. I think there's like a handful of add-ons for one of the Batman games. And I think Terraria. Because they're all, the rest of the games are huge. I know 9 gigabytes isn't, technically speaking, a whole lot, but and consider how slow Xbox Live can be, and how bad my internet is, it winds up being a bit of a chore. Especially considering my Xbox 360 is an original model with no Wi-Fi. Ah, hell. Means I gotta get everything set up just right for it to work. I must have dropped that, I guess. Let's see what all needs doing. Okay, I guess I'll... Where do these guys keep coming from? Duck behind here and heal up. I think I'm gonna try going around up here. Forgot if there's anything there. Come on, man. Although, you know, some bits of summer catch-up might get... Ah, hell. Might wind up being a bit delayed. That all depends on how everything goes. Whole bunch of things going on right now. Definitely keep up the reviews and the videos, but I just realized I should probably use the auto scheduler for these videos rather than just manually releasing them. This takes the exact same amount of effort, it just means that I won't have to be waiting. That means if I forget. Speaking of forgot. If I wind up forgetting to publish a video that day, it doesn't matter. Also watched 13 Candles last night. It had a surprisingly lame theme song at the end, and for such a funny movie. Sorry, I was just tracing the maze a bit. Leap of faith time. Especially for a movie that was made in the 80s, which was all about, pretty much all about good music on in movies. Wait up on that. Moved one square too far to the right. Nice to be able to actually do current summer movie reviews instead of having to catch up on them the next summer, but situation doesn't allow for that. So from here we go. Oh, there's this little thing down here that I never got to. Okay. I can't remember if I said 13 candles or 16 candles. 16 candles is right. I just realized we're about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up after this battle right here is over. See you guys tomorrow with some more Legend of Heroes and some more Brandish, and see you guys later with some more Dungeons and Dragons.